Joining me now is Clay Travis, founder of Outkick.com and co-host of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, and Olivia Rondeau, writer at the Foundation for Economic Education. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Livy, I got to go to you first. Why do they still have her out there on the campaign trail or just representing the country? It seems like a bad strategy.
Well, the Democrats' strategy is to just give them a nice face to look at. So for them, that means a woman of color. And so they think that's going to protect them from criticism so they can just, wave their hands off and say, oh, well, if they criticize her, it's racist, it's sexist. But the truth is, and I'm not afraid to say it, the only reason she is even the nominee, that she was even the nominee in the first place, is because of her race and sex. I mean,
Joe Biden said that to begin with. I mean, that was her criteria. But Clay, she's become a liability. It's bad for the white. I mean, the president's approval rating is bad enough, but you can't get rid of him. He's the man. You can't get rid of the man. So when did they pull her off? Because it's not helping them at all.
Couple of things. One, was it racist and sexist for the Democratic primary electorate to overwhelmingly reject Kamala Harris? Because that's what they did. She ended her campaign, and Democrats like to think that they are beacons of stability and truth and justice. They were not in any way impressed by Kamala Harris, and I don't think it was racism or sexism on their part, just like it's not racism and sexism now on behalf of the rest of the country. The only thing that is going well for Joe Biden right now is that his vice president has a lot lower approval ratings, because if she didn't, there would already be talk about Biden stepping down and allowing her to assume the role of president in the weeks, months, and years ahead. Right now, Democrats are terrified she may be the only politician in America who's got worse approval ratings than Joe Biden. So the only positive for Joe is that Kamala is a lot less popular than he is.
Yeah, she couldn't even defeat Sleepy Joe. I mean, it's kind of sad when you think about it. But Olivia, I got to ask you this. Why do they do this accent thing? I mean, it's kind of insulting. You got Hillary Clinton that goes into black church and says, I ain't feel no way tired. And then you got AOC saying, there ain't nothing wrong with that. They just all of a sudden want to feel like if they talk like us, which they're not even talking like us, then all of a sudden it's going to make them relatable. Is it desperation?
Are you implying that Hillary Clinton doesn't normally say, I have hot sauce in my bag when she's just around anyone?
And then she said, is it working?
It's so clear to me, Lawrence, and it's so absurd that nobody else sees that this code switching, this pandering, it's just plain offensive. And it doesn't matter that Kamala Harris is a woman of color. We all know that she doesn't talk like that when she's around, white people. She talks to black people a certain way and she talks to white people a certain way, and that's what Democratic politicians do. They pander. Now, the thing is, let's see if we'll continue to fall for it, because I can see through the phoniness. Let's see if everybody else can too.
Clay, I got to end with you, because you're not really in the political space. You're in the sports. You're with average day people. Do you think there's a little bit of buyer's remorse? Or do you think that they're going to double down and vote for this administration again?
I think there is a monster amount of buyer's remorse, in particular in the independents in this country, Lawrence, because when you look at the data, and you saw what happened in Virginia last week, the people who are running the fastest from the Democratic Party, from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, are the people who came to them the last, right? Independent voters, suburban moms and dads. They were the people trying to decide Trump or Biden. They made a bad choice. I think there's a great deal of buyer's remorse, which is why I think the Democrats got their ass kicked last Tuesday, and why they're going to get even more of an ass kicking a year from now in 2022.
Yeah. The emotion just doesn't work when people can't get basic food items and get the kids presents for Christmas. It just doesn't work.
No doubt.
Anyway, Clay, thanks so much. Olivia, thank you so much. This is your debut on Prime Time.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.